guys, and welcome back to another episode of Jalen Says. And today we are with the writer, director, CEO, Mr. Kevin Townley. But before we get into this incredible, I was mixing two words, amazing and incredible, because you know what time it is. It's sponsor time. Now, up first, we got it on Time Sunwear for some sunwear that's always on time. For some sunwear that you want for some casual wear, business wear, there's some really, really, really nice, affordable sunwear. And let me tell you, they look nice. I mean, I got me a couple pair, and whew, all right, I was looking good. And you will too if you get yourself a pair of on-time sunwear. See the link in the description or just look them up. Also, we have the Mitchell's Academy of Music and Dance. Now, I've been with the Mitchells for a couple years now, and I could see my improvement. With the Mitchells, you could really see that they love their craft. They love music, and it's incredible. So if you really have a passion for music, go to no other than the Mitchells, because they're fantastic. I mean, Mr. Mitchell, he's performed for countless people, countless bands, countless venues, countless events, and he knows his stuff. So if you want to know your stuff as well and really get a deep dive into music, please check out the Mitchell's Academy of Music and Dance. Now, sponsor time's up and interview time's in. Now, this man, we've known each other for a while now, and he is just incredible. He is really good at what he does. I could see him he posts everything he does, and when I look at it, I'm amazed, because you guys know me, I am in the industry, and I just see what he's doing, and it's pretty incredible. It's pretty awesome. Kevin Townley.
Mr. Jalen. Yeah. Been watching you too, sir. You moving up.
Sorry, it lagged a little bit, but
all good.
So can you kind of tell the audience who is Mr. Kevin Townley?
Yeah, I'm a film director, producer, writer. I wrote a book, author as well. I own a company called Kevin Townley Films that stemmed from Urban Vision Films. So, been doing this for quite a while, about 16 years. So, yeah, I've done big stuff, little stuff, independent, major, where, been on everything, you know what I'm saying? So right now I'm more on the independent thing because I want to help independents kind of move to a major level. So it's kind of one of those things where I'm uplifting, the independent stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I'm a person that's I guess you could say from Robot Film. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Robot Film. Mike Taylor and Chris Robinson, they did the ATL movie and stuff like that. I'm really like a student of them, mentor. They were my mentors. They also did the New Edition and
Wow.
I guess the Shooting Star film as well. But that's like my mentor. That's where I got all my skills and develop my own skills as well while learning how to shoot film and write scripting and produce. But yeah, that's it in the nut roll, you know what I'm saying, real quick, but yeah, exciting. I live a good life, Yeah, I live a good life.
So I guess to get this started off, what really brought you into the world of media?
Man, that's a long story. It's actually I was in Columbus, Georgia when I first started. I had a show, I actually had a studio in my house. And I had a few artists that wanted to come in and record, and I was looking at them. I was like, I probably could shoot y'all's video. I had like a little camcorder. I'm like, man, I probably can shoot your video, man. And brought them in, shot the video, showed it to a few people. They're like, hey, man, you're natural. So I was like, what? Yeah, you're natural. So I already had people that were in the business. So I connected with them. Mike Taylor mainly. He's a director. Did a lot of stuff. And I moved to Atlanta. Like I moved to Atlanta like about 6 months later, and just said, okay, took a dive at it. You know what I'm saying? Just did blindly. I didn't know nothing about Atlanta before I got here. I was
Wow.
like,
So
Here I come.
had no idea that you'd be where you are today.
No, not at
Gotcha.
all. Not even. I
So,
was
what was your passion? Oh, I'm
saying
sorry. What were you saying?
I was prophesied by somebody, but I didn't. I just thought it was bull crap and just saying things. But everything they said was to be true, though. Every last word that they said was true. It's crazy. Anyway, yeah. Go ahead. The next question.
So, what was your passion before the media world?
Um, music, art, music and art. Yes, I've always been an artist. I've always did music. Wrote music, played instruments, and all those type of things. But for some reason, the media or the creating with people kind of made me go, "Oh, okay, I like the putting it together." You know what I'm saying? So, and then just linking up with certain mentors showed me that you can go to another level as long as you're doing it, at least trying to do it the right way. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? A lot of times people don't do it the right way. They want to go from, I basically did go from first grade to 12th grade in about a year. I mean, that was my training. It was, I'm on sets with, I'm just getting into the business and I'm on sets with people like Freeway and Bootsy and people like that. And I'm just getting into the business. It's crazy the way I just kind of, because I knew people in it and I
Yeah.
kind of jumped into first grade to 12th grade. But it was a good experience though, you know what I'm saying? So I learned fast. Learn quick. Know how to do things.
Is music and well, I'm pretty sure writing gets into that, but I'm gonna talk about that later. But
Okay.
do you still have music on the burner in your career, or is it still helping you in some way?
Well, really, with film and music, they kind of combine with each other. You know what I'm saying? I actually had a record label, with Universal. Um, I was the first director to have a record label with Universal uh, back in 2011 and 12. But I couldn't do film and manage a record label and a film company at the same time. It was really hard because dealing with rap artists, and I hope there's not really a lot of rap artists on here. It's really, really hard. I shoot music. I shot a lot of music videos, but like having them under my company was harder. You know what I'm saying? A lot of problems. But yeah, that was interesting. But I did have the deal. I did have the deal, but I had to let it go. I really did. I had to let it go. I had to make a choice. I made a choice with film
So
over
did
music.
music overtake your? I mean, did film overtake your love of music?
It did. Oh man, I love filming. It's the most relaxing thing to me in the world. Writing as well. You know what I'm saying? Those things are meditative. I'm like I meditate when I write. You know what I'm saying? I try to do things at the highest level every time I do it. I'm thinking, what can you do? Even I even write for people. You know what I'm saying? Some things, reality TV shows. I write for people. You know what I'm saying? So those things are really it's very lucrative if you can do it on a certain level. You know what I mean? So yeah, I live off my royalties. Yeah, that's a good thing.
So
I can sit in this house and wait for the money to come.
they did.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Wow. Wait, sorry to cut you, but like, how is it to write all this stuff? How is it to like put it through your mind and really create the notes, the
Great,
melodies,
great,
basically create the story?
great question. I come up with
You with
stories.
both music and yeah.
Yeah, I write. I wrote songs. It's just, man, I don't like to say things that sound so specific or so easy, but God given. I'm gonna say that first. God gave me a lot of this stuff, talent to do, even things I didn't know I could do. God gave it to me. But writing is ideas are popping in my mind, and what I'll do is I'll jot small things down. I'll find the name. I'll see the characters. I see all these things. I get the visions of all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like the visions come to me which is really weird what they do. You know what I'm saying? Because most people write with people. I usually write alone. Um, I wrote a few things with some people. Like I said, I did scripting. People send script to me. I rewrote the script for them, or at least enhanced it and made it go to another level. So yeah, it's just jotting things down. I'm a jotter. I jot a lot of things down, then I come back to them. I could take one word and probably write a whole movie behind one word. Yeah, that's how weird I am. That's kind of weird, but people, yeah, it's weird, but I can do that though because that word, it incites other things inside of me to write. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I try to think of unique names of the things I write. You know what I'm saying? Like give it a name that somebody's not expecting, or they go, "Oh, I like the way that sounds," or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I like to do. I like to jot.
So to get back to music before
Uh-huh.
film, was
Uh-huh.
music what you always wanted to do throughout your life?
Just writing, really. Not
Mm.
not being a musician, but just writing songs was something I thought would be, having a studio and things like that. Watching it create itself. You know, um, Looking at other artists and seeing how creative they were, see what separates another artist from being great. Music was definitely a stepping stone of love, because I've been playing instruments since I was 5 or 6 years old.
Wow.
And so I've been playing for a long time. I'm not going to tell my age, but yeah, I've been really. My dad's actually a drummer. He still is a drummer. He still plays drums in the church. So
Wow.
yeah, he's been drumming for 67 years. So that's really something else. I could play the drums a little bit, but not. I wasn't great at it, but I was decent. I could play a lot of instruments. I'm jack of all trades, but I really mastered none of them. But I've mastered directing. I'll say that I've mastered it. You know, yeah,
So I see that there's an electric guitar behind you. Well, electric
yeah,
guitar
yeah,
photo
it's-
behind you.
yeah, yeah. One of my loves, and I got a camera over here, and I got stuff going on. Some of the awards, and some of the plays I've done, and stuff like that, and videos, and things of that nature. Yeah.
So is music still active in your life with like you personally?
Well, to help people, just help people get deals or write songs, and I don't actually write. I'll take them and push them to somebody else who does it for a living. Now they might do it, and they probably work for somebody like Interscope or Sony or Warner Brothers. Somebody like that, and I just say, "Hey, man, I got an artist. I think they're pretty good. You might want to blah blah blah." So yeah.
Wow. So what's your favorite? Because you said you played a lot of instruments. So what's your favorite instrument?
Coming up, the bass guitar.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't even know if people even play instruments as much as they used to. It's more on the computer now. People are like, "Yeah, we
I
AI
mean,
can make AI can make a whole song for you."
wow. So I do have a question. Do you still like, I guess, play your favorite instruments or?
I, I don't play at all. I still can though.
All right. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. It's like riding a bike. Once you learn how to do it, you can, you never
You could
forget
just
it.
always do it.
Yeah, I think I can still play pretty good if I had to
Yeah.
write a
Well,
song.
what you
Yeah,
just said earlier makes so much sense to me now that you can like make a whole movie off of one word. Because you said you just grew up, even if it was just music, you were writing and writing and writing, and music is an active expression, and so is film. So that's pretty awesome.
yeah. It it
Yeah.
it it,
So
it is a coincide type of thing, sir. Jalen, it really is. I mean, they
yeah.
coincide with other. If you Sometimes when you look at a commercial, you don't realize that the commercial has music behind it. Like every commercial has a song. You know what I'm saying? People don't even pay attention to that detail. That's a detail that people don't even see. You know what I'm saying? It's not just the
Yeah.
film, but it's the music. They put you in the mood. It's
Mhm.
a mood changer. Even when you're watching a great film, one of my favorite directors is Steven Spielberg. He never misses to me. Steven Spielberg never misses. You know what I'm saying? He'll The music will change to the mood of whatever's going on in the movie. I'm not talking from the front end to the back end to things going on in the back to airplanes going over. He just never misses, you know. So and his songs go right with it. Whoever's doing his music is they're incredible. Yeah.
Wow. So what brought you into the realm of really directing and producing?
What another you pretty good, brother. I was working with my brother. Me and my brother. I have a brother here in Atlanta. We have the same dad, but he has a brother, and they have the same mom. So his brother was getting in trouble up in Philadelphia because I'm actually from Maryland. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. Just to give you a background of where I'm from. And he kept getting in trouble. And he's like, man, you know, I got these cameras. Let's just do something in your studio and, you know, make a show. Like, that sound real crazy to me at first because I'm like, make a show in my studio, bro. It was called Street Players. The first thing I ever did was called Street Players. I actually have the video of that. Like it's really weird to see that video because I was actually the host of the show. So I'm like, well, you know, I probably could host it if you know we found a female or two to come in and host as well. And that really, I was like, you know what? I don't want to host it. I want to direct it. And that's when that group came through, and I'm like, I bet I can direct your video. And that's how it really started, man. Like I know that's the weirdest story ever, but yeah, I knew people, and I'm like, yo, I need to get a hold of Mike. I need to. Hey, he's getting ready to come from California, and then I went to the set of the ATL movie where my people were at as well. And I'm like, yo, this is pretty cool. Cameras going around, meeting everybody, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? And knowing who Chris was, and I knew the DP, the director of photography. I already knew them. Like these people, what I knew them already. You know what I'm saying? Even though I wasn't doing that business like that, I was just kind of like going around asking questions, figuring out where I needed to be. But my main thing was to take my nephew there to meet Chris. You know, like, yo, my nephew was a musician. I'm like, because we was doing a show on my nephew. And I'm like, yo, I want you to meet Chris and Mike and all them, blah, blah, blah. And I did that video. I showed Mike. He's like, man, that's pretty good. You're a natural. I'm like, really? He's like, nah, man, you're a natural. You need to come to Atlanta. I went to Atlanta, moved to Atlanta, and bruh, it's like, I said, this is really my passion. And shot a video with a freeway with Mike. And then we did a video with Tamika Scott from Escape. This is like I'm like I'm not even really in it yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm already on this level of shooting with professional people, singers that have Emmys and stuff. You know. Then I did something with the East Side
That
Boys.
is,
It's just so weird, man. It's just
yeah. I
going.
mean that definitely helped you. That definitely was how. What? Oh, you said you grew in from like first to 12th grade in a year. How was
Yeah,
that process? Like, was it? I guess
that
not grueling because you loved it, but like, was it
balls
hard?
to the can I say balls to the wall? Yeah, it was very hard. You know what I'm saying? Because at the time, you gotta realize I'm not really making any money. So I'm really just kind of like hanging along, learning stuff, you know, trying to be great at, you know, what I'm learning. Um, yeah, it put a lot of strain on the family, you know what I'm saying? And my mother had passed the same day I was shooting the video, but she was in Maryland. The doctor called me because I knew she was sick. I'm
Wow.
like, yo, I'm in the middle of shooting a video. I've stopped shooting a video and, you know, got my family together and we went to Maryland. Like, that was weird, man. Like, you know, it's just so much going on at one time.
I'm
Um,
sorry for your loss.
yeah, that you know, that even made me, to be honest, if I could say this, that even made me go harder. Like I'm going extra harder now because I'm trying to make that proud moment happen. You know what I'm saying? Just like you and your mother, like you have that moment with your mother. You know, you want to make her
I
proud,
need your phone.
and you know, it's sometimes life ain't all about you. It's about the people around you. You know what I'm saying? It's about generational, you know, bringing your family into a generational wealth situation if you can, you know what I'm saying? But God's giving you the gift, you just got to use it in the correct way. You can't use it in ways that will make you lose everything that you built up. I've watched you come from a kid to now, and I see where it's going. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, he started this at a young age. He's really going to push this all the way through. Brother, consistency is going to get you where you need to be. And I see the consistency in you. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the backing of your family. Those are the things to me that give you perseverance. And I think you're going to have that, Jalen. But going back to your question is that, yeah, first, the 12th grade was something hectic. It really was because I'm still trying to, you know, I learned something though from Mike. Mike Taylor was my mentor. He's actually Chris's brother. He said one thing. He said, listen, these celebrities are just like you. They're normal people. Treat them like that. I don't care if they got billions of dollars. Just treat them like whatever. You're in charge of the set. That right there was something that really made me go, okay, got it, got it. Don't be, going around trying to give them something to drink and all that. That is not your job. Your job is to create to the highest level. And that was the 12th grade, kind of like the graduation. The graduation was I did a video with Young Jeezy in Blood Raw, and I want to say Slip Puller. That was like that first year, the end of that 12th grade, I call it. And I learned a lot that day. Jeezy came late, and I see Mike tear his butt up, like talk to him crazy. I'm like, oh, I like that. So I was like, okay, I see what's going on now. I got it. I made it to 12th grade. Met a lot of people. And then about 3 years later, I got it. Well, 2 years later, I went and did it. I said, you know what? I want to go independent. And I went independent. You know what I'm saying? So independent's hard because you don't get the backing of the investors and stuff like that. You got to invest in yourself, got to build that money up so you can start investing into your own self. That's something that it's hard. Like I'm doing a movie, the Zero movie I'm working on right now. It's a superhero movie, special effects, everything. I'm financing it myself, but I like it. I like financing it myself, though.
Wow.
I really do. Yeah, I
So
do.
you just talked about the money thing, which is something a lot of people have to talk about when getting into this industry because it's not necessarily stable even when you're at the top because remember
That's
the
right.
strike just happened and all of
That's
that.
right.
So
That's
how was it because you said you're working with like ME people, a lot of stuff like that. How was it during the first year with the first K through 12 rush program?
right. It was horrible. I actually was staying with somebody. Me and my wife was. But the person we were staying with seen the vision, though. She seen the vision. She's like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna do it. I see it. Too consistent. You're too consistent on it. Yeah, that was pretty. Yeah, it wasn't easy at all. That word starving artist is a true thing. You actually starve. You're a starving artist for real. It's a true story, man. If somebody say, "Hey, starving artist," believe me, it's a true thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but people are listening to. I know there's people on the show listening. Um, but you got to understand, there's more ways to skin it. There's more than one way to skin a cat. You know what I'm saying? If
Yeah.
that's you got to understand, there's other ways you can get money. Far as living a good, stable life. Like you said, the strike and all the other things, and you got to start be creative in it.
Yeah, because like
I have to get it. You might have to get a 9 to 5. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it takes to make you do what you need to do. You know, there's nothing wrong with getting a 9 to 5, man. I just haven't worked one in 20 years. I just don't know what it looks like anymore. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but I don't downgrade it because people have to make ends meet because if you're not stable, then it's going to be a problem long term anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
so
Yeah.
you said you haven't worked a 9 to 5 in 20 years. How was the years when you were really focusing and rushing and pushing music?
Um, they weren't hard at all because I already, you know, knew, the clients and everything. So if you get clientele, it's kind of easy, you know what I'm saying? It's when you don't have clientele, is when you don't have clients and you have all these other things and you decide to make a career change. Man, it's hard, bro. You know what I'm saying? You decide to make a career change. This is not easy because you can write a song, you yourself could write a song and give it to somebody and you can win an Emmy and you get paid for the rest of your life from that Emmy, or Grammy or whatever, you know. So what you do is you set up royalties for the rest of your life. Every time a song plays on the radio, you get paid for it. Every time a song plays on the internet, you get paid for it. All these things, you got going on. Much easier than filming, way more. But artists have it harder than executives. Um, got to make sure you got all your paperwork. I know you've heard of people losing a lot of money. They are never getting paid. And they got these great songs.
Yeah,
It's, they didn't do their paperwork. You got to have your paperwork done. You know what I'm saying?
I
I
agree.
do know a lot of, hold up, I want to say this, but I'm not going to say their names. I do know a lot of broke, famous
Mhm.
people. Yeah, they got fame like you would not believe, but they're broke as hell. And I hate to say that, Jalen, but it's a true fact because people took advantage of their talents.
Yeah.
Yes,
Did you
it's a lot.
I'm not sure if you heard about this, but like either it was half a month, I mean half a year or a year ago, when like
Uh-huh.
the singer and Simba for Lion King, I Just Want to Be King, it just reached like a really big milestone in how much money it made from its royalties. And I'm
Right.
pretty sure it was much more than what Disney just offered straight up.
It was much more. Yes, the young fella, mother decided that Disney wanted to give him like $5 million at some point, and they're like, she's at first it's like, oh, that sounds so good, Jesus. Then they're like, you're offering me $5 million. That means you're going to make about 100 million or more. Disney. How about we take back in? Do you know what I'm saying? That was a good move. That's like an incredible move.
Yeah.
That's again, those are decisions that you have to make when you're going through the changes of becoming successful in what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? You might be one of the most famous hosts in the world. We don't know that, but we know we can set ourselves up for that now. And you just have to look at your whole situation and say, this is the way I want to move. You know what I'm saying? Because you can get screwed out of things, man. Because we want to be famous so bad. We got to understand it is a business at the end of the day. It is a business.
Hmm.
It's 90% business if you ask me, 10% fame. But most people that are famous don't never get what they're just due, as
Yeah.
far as I'm concerned. From what I've learned throughout the years I've been in this industry, I've learned a lot of people that's very famous but very broke at the same time. And that's unfortunate, brother. It really is. It's unfortunate. You know,
Wow.
people, I
Okay,
don't know.
to get back to filming and stuff like that, you
Yes,
have
sir.
a bunch of big things coming up. But before we get into that, I gotta know how does it feel to be really like known as something that you didn't even think of 16 years ago? It was just something that just came up, and now you're like,
Right. Yeah. I tell you what, Jalen, and I just humble myself, bro. I'm not better than nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a guy. That's how I look at myself. I'm just a guy, man. Um, sometimes it shocks me. I'm on planes and people notice me. I was on the plane before, and the girl that was working on the plane knew who I was. It was shocking to me. I'm like, hey, yeah, okay, cool. But most of the time, I kind of stay to myself, man. I don't really look at the fame like I should probably. But again, I feel like I'm normal. That's probably not normal, but to me, I am. You know, so my family thinks I'm normal. So my kids think I'm normal. I'm just dad to them. So it is what it is.
yeah.
Yeah. I humble myself and I just give. It's all good, man. You know. Yeah.
Now, I don't know the best segue to plays, but I do see that one of your, I guess, proudest moments with the whole industry was writing your first play, Good Woman or a Fool?
Yes. Yes. Oh my God. Let me say, I want to talk about Goldman or Fool because it came from a singer, young lady. Is actually Tamika Scott's youngest sister. She wrote a song called Goldman or a Fool. So the song was so good. I'm like, man, this song is really good. So she didn't write it, she actually performed it. But this other guy that I know is a writer, like I said, I know a lot of writers. He wrote the song. And I'm like, bro, I need to turn that song into a play. He's like, really? A play? I'm like, yeah, I'll play. I think I can do a play. He's like, man, I need you to sign it over to me and I need to sign this deal with you. I'll do the play. You can get, some royalties from the play or blah, 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 and whatever. And the play was so successful, man. It really was the one that leaped me to another level. I felt like who would think a play would take you to another level? The play did it. It really did. Good Woman or a Fool, I've done it 5 times and it's always sold out. It's always sold out. It's never ever not sold out. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's the title. Again, when I write things, I'm always thinking of something that may be different. And it is, you're growing up as becoming a man. It is a thin line between a good woman and a fool. It's a very thin line. A man too, a good man and a fool. Those are really thin lines. We don't, we cross our other, whatever. But I wrote that and it's a woman's play. Women love it. You know what I'm saying? Especially when the guy gets dogged out in the end. They love that stuff. And I was very proud of that. It was very proud. It sold out, and I was, it almost brought me to tears, man, just to see those people, the audience react to that. Because when you're writing a film for somebody or you're filming a film, you don't never get to see the audience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't get to see those people. But as a director watching it and you're behind stage and you see everything happening and expressions on the people's faces and they're like oh, beat his ass and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it just was a proud thing. I love Good Woman or Fool. That's definitely one of my top. Somebody tried to buy it from me. I'm not going to sell it though. They wanted like, yeah, I'll buy that play. Okay, no, we're not going to do that. So you're dear to my
So
heart.
how was it, I guess, making a play other than,
So,
directing and producing films?
um,
How did you feel when you were making
I didn't know it was so much work. Lighting and sounds and music and sound effects and door slamming and just so many changing the scenery. It really caught me off guard. Good thing I had people that already did plays that were actors. They're like, Mr. Townley, you don't forget to do this. It's kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, got it. But the second time was a lot easier, went a lot smoother. You know, but it's not easy doing a play. It really ain't. It takes a team. You gotta have a good sound person, and the mics might go out. You know what I'm saying? You got to check your batteries, and it's just a lot going on. And then once you on the stage, brother, it ain't no replay. Either you're gonna go through and remember those lines, or somebody's gonna help you get back to those lines. I had the first time I did it, this young lady, she forgot almost, I guess she got stage fright. She almost forgot all her lines, but her other lead was able to bring her back in. He said, well, don't you think you mean this? And then she caught it like, oh yes, I do, blah, blah, blah. So, having good actors for plays is better than amateur actors are really hard in plays. You got to have strong actors for plays. It's that like that. Yeah, plays are really difficult, but they're fun. It's always the day that you do it that's the funnest day. All the other days kind of like they really suck. Let's be honest. A lot of rehearsals. Yeah,
Oh, did you make another play?
I did. I did it on, but I did it actually in 2022. I did a play with Good Woman or Fool on the same night. I do crazy stuff sometimes. It was called Tell Me What Love Saw. Tell Me What Love Saw. Tell Me Love Saw is based on a girl that was from the streets that was kind of ratchet, but she met this guy that was kind of sophisticated, but
Mm,
he was already engaged with somebody,
mm,
you know what I'm saying? And he fell in love with her later on in the play. A lot of women was mad at me like that because they told me I let the H.O. get the man. Yeah. Tell Me What Love Saw. The guy was a
mm.
poet. Gave me a chance to actually write songs and write some poetry. I write poetry as well. So the guy, the main character was a poet, and he did these shows, and the girls like, I never seen anybody do poetry like that, and blah blah blah, and all the women liked them, and they would walk up to him and feel his face while we doing this poetry, and she was just there gazing at him and blah blah blah. Yeah, I like to write shows. Or
So what was your
go ahead.
no, what were you saying? Because I want to hear it
No,
first. You like
I
to like
like,
shows
like
and
shows like that. Even going on our food, I like to show have shows with a twist. You really never know where the show's going to go. So you're kind of thinking it's this way, but it's not probably that way that you're thinking. That's kind of the way I write. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
mm.
that's all I want to say. I'm sorry.
So what gave you the idea for your other play?
I was listening to a song. This music it takes me back to music again by Tevin Campbell. Tell me what you want me to do. Tell me what you want me to do, baby. So, like to me, that song is important to life. Like, tell me what you want me to do. I mean, because a lot of times we don't know what people really want in their life. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, so
And
both of your plays were inspired by music?
yes, yes. And Babyface's song, Love Song.
Mm.
Love Saw a change in my heart. So I put those two songs together, Love Saw and Tell Me What You Want Me to Do, to Tell Me What Love Saw. So Tell Me What Love Saw was based on that. Tell me how your life's changed from ratchet to I want to be better. Basically, trying to give a lesson in don't judge everybody from the first time you see them. Sometimes they're not that person. It's sometimes they're a product of their environment. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Tell Me What Love Saw was about. Also I wrote part two to Good Woman or Fool. It has a part two to it. Everybody loves it. We're gonna do that in the summer
Okay.
this year. Definitely gonna invite Jalen and his mother, of course. Okay, bring you guys in as my
Thank
guests.
you.
No paying. You guys will come in as my guests, man.
Wow, thank you.
So, yeah, bring you guys in for that. Um, yeah, I wrote and also wrote another play for this guy who paid me to write a play called Mo Money, Mo Problems,
Mm.
based on his life as a dope dealer. He was a dope dealer in his years, his previous years, but he got out of that and became an entrepreneur. But
Wow.
yeah, he gave me some of the input on it, and I wrote it, and he loved it. He's like, "Man, this is really crazy. Like, yo, I'm having flashbacks." So that was one we're gonna do. I'm not sure when, but I wrote about 2 years ago. But it's
Okay.
done. Yes, sir. Do a lot of writing. That's what I was telling you. Do a lot of writing. A lot of writing.
Do a lot of writing. Do a lot of
Yep.
writing. Now,
Yeah.
also with writing, you said you help write reality TV shows. So,
Yes.
um, I guess it's a little less reality and more stripped, a bit of reality in TV. So,
Unfortunately, it's a lot of it script.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? A lot of it script. Unfortunately, it is. But I'm actually writing this show right now for this young lady who owns a trucking company. It's called Nice Big Rig Family,
mm,
and yeah, it's very something else. It's female drivers who drive big rig trucks, and they really are tough. They really got some things going on in their life. I'm about to do this other reality show to promote her. I got a few things I'm working on just with reality TV. Um, yeah,
So
Since
what is it like? How is it to write a reality TV show? Like
I
what?
find out about people, I find out about their lives, and just kind of just it's really like it's not wording, it's like scenarios. It's more based on scenario than wording. You know what I'm saying? Not like a script. A script is more like words, word for word.
Yeah.
Reality, like this is the scenario. This is how we want to set it up. Yeah. So it's more scenario than just scripting. It's not scripted. It's scripted, but it's not scripted. I don't can't really explain it like but yeah.
Mm, all right.
Yes.
So
Is
like
right.
you come up with like the like I know about TV movie. I don't know about reality scripts. So
Right,
like
right, right, right.
so like
No, like okay. Oh, I always like you can also I call it creating a something that might have happened maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, where recreate that scene. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, the guy got pulled over by the police. Man, he didn't have no his license on him. Blah blah blah. Yeah, that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Got locked up, take him to jail, whatever, all that stuff going on, like all that weird stuff. Arguing, about ready to fight each other, but yeah, keep it going.
like
Reality,
most people
like,
probably don't think about that. They're like, oh, well, it makes sense of the camera people there. It's like it's a reality TV. It's all
yeah,
that's obviously what happened live.
yeah, no,
Cameramen are
right.
just hiding in the back of the truck.
They
That's
really believe that that's what happens live. There's cameras following people all over. They're setting everything up.
there's like an entourage of like 10 cars following them with cameras.
And they'll go
And
action.
everyone in the back.
Yeah, they'll go action, and you know what I'm saying? Action. Hey man, if you say action, you're definitely scripting it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a little crazy, man. And then gotta remember these people are not actors. They're really just acting the way they really act. That's one thing I can say. A lot of them are just being who they are. And they know.
Yeah, that's what actually I was about to ask. Like, so they are put in the scenarios, but they're just playing it out how they would normally
Just
do
yeah,
if that was to happen to them.
screaming and hollering and ready to fight, whatever it is. Yes, we just put them in there. You know, yeah. But I usually give them about 2 weeks to let them know what we're gonna do on the show. Like, yo, this is what we're gonna be doing. Okay, all right, we'll be ready. Yeah, weird, ain't it? I know, right? Weird. Yes.
Also, on the topic of, I guess, real TV, you also are working on 4 podcasts.
Yes.
Yeah. So, what brought that into, I guess, fruition?
People wanted to do podcasts, so I kind of like, okay, well, I can help you do that. Yes. Get the
So, like,
podcast.
what do you help with? Like the directing, the producing, the.
Yeah, that's mainly it. Yeah. Because most people on their podcast, they talk about whatever they want to talk about anyway. You know, I got a buddy. Well, actually, he's one of my partners. He got a real good podcast that his name is Tippy. They do Lost in the Sauce. He has a restaurant downtown. Well, not downtown, on Old National. Very nice restaurant. Um, he showed me how to make money off of podcasts. So hey, man, you make money off podcasts. I need to tell other people how to make money on podcasts. I'm gonna teach you how to make money on podcasts. Let's get rich, man. That's what you gotta do. Let's get rich. I don't wanna, I'm all about helping other young black people like me, people who look like me, go to another place that they've never been before or never dreamed about. And then you'll do the same thing. You'll pay it forward as well.
Yeah, you'll never know what you wanted to do unless you've seen it.
That's right. We're gonna pay things forward to everybody else. It's gonna be your turn one of these days to pay it forward. You're gonna say, "Well, Mr. Townley said, yeah, you pay it forward. I might not even be here to see it, but I tell you to pay it forward, man." Yes.
And and me just saying that is just really how it went with your career. You didn't know that you'd be this into media, this filmmaking until it happened.
I mean, bro, jeez. It's all the people that I've met and all the travels that I've done. You know what I'm saying? From LA to Detroit to New York. I did the. Not sure if you're familiar with the Big L. Big L was a super rapper back in the day in New York City. I was selected to do his trailer. I didn't even know who Big L was, bro. I did it, and now I'm working with people like Nas on it because Nas is a very famous New York rapper, and they want to make it into a movie. This was all my work, and I didn't even know who he was, but I did study everything about the young fella. Then once I found out that they selected me, I'm like, well, let me learn everything about this guy. So, and I did it in New York City. I mean, I was in all the barrels. I was in Queens. I shot in Queens. I shot in Brooklyn. I shot in Manhattan. I was in where he's from. I was in Harlem. I was in the Bronx. And if anybody's on here from Harlem, man, thank you for all the love you guys showed me, man. Like Harlem is a hardcore city, but they found out I was shooting a Big L movie. Everybody's like, yo, get back. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all, because Harlem is hard, you know? Yeah, Harlem's hard, but I did that. And I'm about to see the fruits of my labor for that. So that's we've been talking to those people, Mass Appeal, that's the name of the company. And they're ready, man. So that's something that I'm again, those are one of those moments in time where you go, thank you, God. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't looking for it, you know. It came to me. I didn't go look for it. It came to me. It was put in my lap. And I did the best. I
So
think I
you
did.
are working on a superhero film. You
Yes,
talked about that a little bit earlier, but you are working on a superhero film.
I am.
You're hyper. You're hyper. I could see that. What brought that? What gave you that idea, and how is it creating a superhero film?
I'm gonna tell you why. Let me say, I wanted a superhero that was a young black man who was into hip hop and other things of that nature, and they never ever had a film like that. But I wanted to be time travel driven. So all the people who tried to kill Zero, that's his superhero name, they're from different time zones. And this one guy, he's from the 1950s, and he's creating this group of people to kill Zero, which his real name is Jason Lyons. I can give you some of the input of the movie. Jason is Zero. When Jason was 10 years old, Jason fell into a lake, and this star from Mars swallowed him up and gave him these powers. He didn't, but he didn't know why. He almost drowned. He was in ICU, came out of ICU, told his mother, well, I can swim down and blah, 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 whatever. So his powers, I won't say his powers, but 10 years later, the powers came to him again. But this time it's permanent. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'll say. Very good movie. He's hip hop. He's cool. You know what I'm saying? When he's a kid, he was a nerd into this cool scientist
Wow.
um, that loves hip hop. And, you know, it's, yeah. Zero is
Are,
definitely a great.
are you working on it now? On
I
when
am.
can we see it?
Say again.
When do you think we'd be able to see it?
We're 75% done. It's probably going to come out in the fourth quarter when people are back in school. We've already got Tubi and Amazon and Netflix. We're already good on that stuff. I got to deal with them already. Um, you know, so yeah, you guys are gonna see it, man. You're gonna have fun watching. You're gonna be amazed how they're traveling through time. That was very, 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 very challenging. Getting the outfits and the right kind of car and the
Mm.
inside of the interior in people's houses to make it look like the 50s and you know the 1800s and things of that nature. I will say one thing about one of my characters,
Uh-huh.
Dr. Y. He's Dr. Y.
Mm.
Dr. Y. He changes from a white man to a black man to young to old to what. Yeah, Dr. Y is really cool. So you guys are gonna
I
like.
thought you'd be cool with that name, Doctor Watt. Like,
Yeah, Dr.
wow.
Y. He's the one that's exactly setting up everything. So everybody's like, but he has his own agenda. So the guy who's playing It's
Whoa,
four
whoa,
people.
whoa, 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 wait. Are you about to spoil it?
Okay, I won't. All
Are
right.
you about to spoil it? Wow.
Got
Yeah.
I'm glad you stopped
Hey,
me. Good, 'cause I told the whole
uh,
story.
yeah. We gotta see it when it comes out. We gotta get our oohs and ahs on our own.
Yeah, get your using eyes on that one. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, on the topic of, you said you had to get the 1950 cars. The 50s look like the 50s look like. I don't know where you're time traveling, so I it could be future, it could be I don't
Everywhere.
know.
70s, 80s, 1868. I mean, I'm everywhere, man. Yeah, man. Atlanta, thank you, Atlanta, for showing me so much love. You're old school. Atlanta got a lot of old school stuff that works
Mhm.
for me. Yeah, good.
Wow. So how is it with, like, there's a specific name for it. I can't think of it. But, like, the person that corrects everything on set to make sure everything's like what
Script
it's
writing,
supposed to look like.
script writing, directing.
Not that one. It's like someone on the set that's supposed to make sure that,
Oh, continuity person.
yes, that person.
Yeah, yeah.
So how is it like, dealing with that, with especially something like time travel? Because with that, there's a lot of things they have to make sure about.
Yes, it's because I don't want to give it away because I say too much, it'll probably give it away. But yeah, it has actually one of the young lady that was she's just graduated from Georgia State, and I like it because she's very detailed because she's just getting out of college and they make them be real detailed.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, when you do this for a minute, you get a little relaxed. But when they're young, like you are, and they're just, yo, this is, hold up, Mr. Townley, I just saw something. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Wow.
yeah, that's cool, man. She's really cool. It's cool people, man.
So what else is in the works for you right
I got like I said, I got the Good Woman Are Fool coming out. The reality show with Big Nye. Got some other stuff I'm doing. A music video with Dave Tolliver. Um, oh man, I don't remember everything, but I know there's some more things on the plate. But yeah, there's some
now? I
things,
bet
and
there is.
and there's people calling me
I bet
like
there is, with all the things that you do.
there's more people, and there's people calling me asking me. My whole thing is anything that I do has got to have a schedule though. Scheduling is the main thing, you know. Unfortunately, God don't make us into 15 different people. He makes us into one, and we got to follow those rules of one person. And yeah, man, we it's this other movie I want to do, but I want to wait till Zero's done. It's called Fade to Velvet. It's about three female assassins. It's already written. I want to do that film in probably next year. You know,
Okay.
three female assassins, two black girls, one white girl. It's really cool. And also, teach hand to hand combat and stuff like that. So I know how to do the stuff like that too. So I'm not
You
great
teach
like
hand-to-hand combat?
yeah, I'm not great like I used to be though. I'm not great like I used to be. I just know how to make
So
it look.
we went through this 53-minute interview.
Yeah,
And we talked about all that, but you were like, you know what, in hand combat, that's
I
who
did.
even cares? What?
Yeah, I did.
What got you into with that?
I don't know if you've been on my page. I was a drill sergeant as well. So those are things that you learn when you do those type of jobs. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I teach it on the set because I want it to look real. Not teach it, but show some of the moves. I even showed one of my producers how to use the knife fighting. She's like, "Oh my God, I'm glad you showed me this. I could do that and do that." I said, "No, don't do that to your boyfriend. We don't need those problems. We don't need those problems for real." I just showed her. She was holding the knife like this. I said, "You're holding it wrong. You got to hold it like this." And and I was just showing her different stuff. She's like, "Oh, wow." You know,
Like,
most people.
you don't want to stab the dummy here. You want to stab them right here for the maximum amount of damage. Remember, you're an assassin, right? You want to make it quick.
So, again, I go back to the God thing. God created all of these things. I think just so I can make films. Like, I'm gonna give you music. I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna give you that. Now you're a filmmaker. I'm gonna give you good mentors. I'm gonna take you first grade to 12th grade. I'm gonna do a lot of good things for you, and you're gonna put those things into works,
Wow.
and you're gonna be successful doing it. But you're gonna be tired as hell.
Wow. Wow.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Since we do have a couple minutes left, I do want to ask you,
Okay.
what do you do when you have the chance to relax besides sleep? Because that's the number one option for everyone.
Yeah, I mean that is an option, but man, me and my wife, we like to, get out and go shopping or something, and just hang out with my wife. To be honest, I don't really just relax, man. Get away from the computer, get away from the house, maybe even take a trip or two. Those type of things. Because you need mental rest. I can tell when I need it because I get
Yeah.
so tired. You know what I'm saying? You need that mental rest. I think mental rest is worse than physical rest sometimes. You got to get that mental thing going. I like hanging out with my wife. I do. We and just kind of relaxing, man, and watch her spend money. That's how I do. I like watching basketball. I do. I do like watching sports. I love sports.
Mhm.
I'm a Golden State fan, even though Draymond Green, I don't know if I like him that much anymore. But I'm a Golden State fan. I'm a Ravens fan. I love the Ravens. Yes, I like um, I like Kansas City. I'm a Patrick Mahomes fan. I like Patrick Mahomes. I think he's an incredible player. I've never seen too many people like him before. And that was his gift. He knows that that's his gift too. Um, yeah, but if when I pick between Kansas and Ravens, I have to go with the Ravens. Lamar Jackson always disappoints me. I don't know why. He gets too much spirit sometimes with that. But yeah, I love sports, man.
Yeah.
My son was an athlete, played ball at Clark Atlanta. Used to play ball back in the day over there, so went to a lot of basketball games, AAU and all. But yeah, that's what I do. I relax. I mean, you got to take that time off to relax, man.
So you also said about traveling. Where do you want to go?
Oh man, I like Miami. I've been out to the West Coast. I like California. I like LA. I like St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. Want to take a trip to Africa, Nigeria. I want to go out there.
All right,
Um,
that's where my dad's from.
really, that's a yeah. I had a DP from back there. From Africa, and he's pretty good DP. Um, but yeah, definitely want to go to. I'm an African guy. Go to Ghana as well. So just those type of places. I've been to Germany. I've been around the world. I can say that. Yeah,
Wow.
just ain't never. I never landed in Africa though. That's not cool because that's the homeland. I'm gonna land in Africa one of these days though. I'm gonna land. I even want to go to Morocco as well. So I
Hey,
want to
hey, I'm telling you, something's probably gonna come up. Probably gonna be like, oh yeah, okay. Oh wait, you want me to shoot a music video in Africa?
Yeah, I'm
Well,
there. I'll
man,
fly.
I'll be there.
I'll be there, man. I want to, what I'm saying? Culturally, I think that would be a very good experience for me and anybody else that wants to know their roots. I think that's always good. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're brought up in America, they give us a different type of scenario of how we should be. But going to different foreign lands, as I've been to England and Germany, and I've been to France and all these different places, and I've even been to Japan and Korea. They're culturally different than we are in America here.
So wait, you went to Germany, you went to Japan, you went to Korea, you went all around the U.S., right? You probably
Yeah.
went to France, you probably went to Russia for whatever reason, but you
Never
haven't
went
went
to.
to Africa.
They're a little scared of Russia. I don't think I could go to Russia. I'm a little afraid of Russia, especially what I just seen with that girl. I'm like, hell no. I don't think I go to Russia, man. No, sir. I wouldn't do that. Nah. Nah. I like to go to Canada. I would like to go to Canada too. I've been to Alaska as well. I would definitely like to go to Canada. Yeah. I think Canada would be cool.
Okay. Wow.
I think it would be.
Okay. You got to go to there's like two main places. One that's right near the U.S. and one that's the motherland, and you haven't went there yet. That's
Definitely got to go there, brother. Yes. Definitely got to get to Africa. Can't wait.
yeah. But I mean, speaking of going places, I can't wait to see you. Definitely this upcoming time when Good Woman comes out. Oh, thank you first off. Thank you first off because I love seeing plays. It's really just lively. I love being in them, but as you said, it's a lot of stuff, but
A lot of stuff. Yeah.
it's incredible. So first off, thank you for inviting me, and
Sir, um,
yeah,
I'll
I
do it
can't
again.
wait. I can't wait to see you in person.
Yes, sir. I'm coming, man. I was speaking to your mother. I said, yeah, I'm gonna try to get in person with you guys, man, for real. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, and I mean, I really thank you so much for inviting us. But before we get off, first off, can you say after I do my outro so we could have I guess a post interview talk?
Say again. I'm sorry.
Can you say after I do my outro so we could have a post interview talk?
You said outro. You said
Yeah, I'm doing my outro, but can you stay in the link afterwards so we can do a post interview talk?
when we send the link to who?
Can you can you stay in the link after I do the outro? Can you just stay on
Oh, yeah,
after I do
yeah.
my outro?
Yeah, stay in the link. That's what you told me. Stay
Yeah,
in the link. I thought you
yeah.
wanted me to help you do the outro. Lord, Jesus, I don't know what to say. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. Go
Yes,
ahead.
but before you get off, we gotta know where can we get tickets to Good Woman or Fool? Where can we follow you? Where can you get more information about the
There,
stuff you're doing? All of that.
you can. I mean, listen. Everybody hits me on Instagram. They hit me on Facebook. Kevin Townley dir1 on Instagram. Facebook Kevin Townley. I got a website K Town Film. I think it's K Town Film. Um, yeah, Google everything. When I Google myself, a lot of things come up. So yeah, you can just have fun with it. Yep, you know the face now. You know the voice.
Wow. Wow. Well,
Yes,
thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for doing what you do, and thank you for sharing all the stuff that you do with your peers and other people because it's really important to
it is.
share.
It really is. Yes,
Yes. Well,
yes,
thank you so much for coming on.
yes, sir. Thank you.
And thank you to the audience out there in the audience. And speaking of sharing, make sure you subscribe, like, and share down there. It doesn't cost anything. I know it says subscribe, but it's not like no monthly payment, no $9.99, no 99. It's free. So why not do it? Please like the video. And also, please check out our sponsors. First up, we have On Time Sunwear for some sunwear that's always on time for some casual wear, business wear, formal wear, any type of wear. You got yourself some On Time Sunwear. Now we also have the Mitchell's Academy of Music and Dance. Now I've been with the Mitchells, as we said, for a while now, and it's incredible. They know music, they love the music, they feel the music, and it's it's honestly just incredible what they do. So if you have a passion for music and or dance, please check out the Mutuals Academy of Music and Dance. Now, also upcoming in the next month, I am nominated as a Youth Entertainer honoree by Heaven Help One Help All Foundations, the Constellation Awards annual award ceremony. So please sure to check that out. And there's currently probably going to be some information on my Facebook, and it's going to be May the 11th, that Saturday. So hey, stay tuned for that. There's going to be some more information about that and all that. And also, I'd like to thank Justin Community because they have, first off, they are an incredible program. So if you have any kids, any youth, anything like that, please introduce them to Chess and Community because it's a great, incredible program. It's fantastic. It's really good about just, I guess, bringing the youth together and just having smart thinkers. So please make sure to check out Chess Community. Hey, thank you all for your comments. I really appreciate it. But please make sure to check out Chess Community because they've really been supporting me, and not just me, they're really supporting the youth. So if you have a member of the youth or you want to learn more or support them, hey, look up Chess Community. And thank you again. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share. Act like that never happened because I'm going to edit that out. But make sure you guys subscribe, like, and share. And again, thank you all for coming on. Stay tuned. Peace.